I believe this is a 2020 Buick Enclave with a V6 engine. It drives pretty well when it drives slow. Very comfortable seating for 7 on the road up to the Haleakala National Park. I'd also like to note that in this model, it has heated seats. Power lift gate. What else can I tell you? No heated steering wheel. Does have automatic headlights. This car also has CarPlay, which I really love. One thing I really like about cars these days, well, one thing I really like about certain cars, and I like them more if they have CarPlay, and this car has CarPlay. It also has a radio, which, you know, back in the 70s, a radio was not standard.
How old are you?
I know about cars from the 70s because I was alive in the 70s. I mean, depending on what part of the 70s it was, I was less than 10. Or I was at least 10. And this car does have heat and air conditioning. Let's see, what else does it have? It has it has 2 cup holders in the console, as well as cup holders in the door pockets. This car seats 2, 4, 7, and the second row is captain seats, or bucket seats.
Catching up to the bus up there.
Because this is a GM vehicle, we have OnStar, which I never use because I don't like OnStar, but that's a personal thing. This car is a front-wheel drive vehicle. Let's see. As far as driving the vehicle, it's a little bit soft, but if you like that soft ride, this is the car for you. One thing you will notice about this vehicle is that when you hit the gas, you will hear the engine. It's not that quiet. Well, actually, it's kind of quiet. Actually, compared to some vehicles.
It's not old compared to some.
Like, if I was driving a Jeep Wrangler, like the one in front of me, that car has a louder engine. But this is not a Jeep Wrangler. This car has power windows, power door locks, also has keyless remote, and no key start stop. And in case you're wondering, I'm coming to you on location in Maui on the Haleakala Mountain, or whatever it's called, the dormant volcano.
There you go.
For some of you who have not been watching any of my videos, please watch them. But for those of you who have watched my videos, you know that sometimes my videos, my rambling car reviews, are reviews of cars that I have rented. This is one that I've rented, and we are currently passing an elevation of 9,000 feet.
Amazing.
Which means that I'm getting a little lightheaded. So, most of my rambling car reviews are based on rental vehicles. Not all are based in my home state of Florida. Some of them are not even based in the US, such as my review of the 2019 Jetta, which I reviewed in Mexico, or the 2020 Kia Sorento, which I reviewed in Canada. And as I mentioned in that video, there is a difference between the Kia Sorento in Canada and in the US. The Kia Sorento in the US is a 7-passenger, has a 3rd row seat, whereas in Canada that's not standard. Of course, this is a video about the 2020 Buick Enclave, so I'm not going to talk about that anymore. So the format from today's video was a little different than my normal rambling car reviews, because I did this on vacation and I was trying to do multiple videos at the same time. But I do hope you liked the video. It was a little bit different. My next few videos are probably going to go back to my original format. As far as the 2020 Buick Enclave goes. I did kind of like to drive it. You know, it wasn't too bad a vehicle. Of course, everything's personal preference. The interior was actually a lot nicer than I expected, although I also did expect it to have more wood grain, which it did not. If you need a vehicle for 7 people, you might want to consider this, although as I mentioned in the video, the cargo space is kind of limited with the 3rd row up, which is actually pretty typical for vehicles this size that have a 3rd row. If you really want a lot of cargo space behind the 3rd row, you really got to jump to like what I call a gargantuan SUV, like the Chevy Suburban, which, by the way, I also have a video on. So anyways, thanks for watching another episode of Rambling with Phil. Please don't forget to subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you like this video.